President Barack Obama has opened his maiden visit to China with a town hall-style meeting with the youth of Shanghai. He faced questions on a range of issues submitted to state media outlets. Obama arrived in Shanghai on Sunday evening after the APEC summit wrapped up in Singapore. At the summit, the United States and China have been debating the final wording on market-oriented currency exchange rates and combating trade protectionism for a draft statement. Chinese President Hu Jintao has been under pressure to let the renminbi appreciate, but in a speech at an APEC business summit on Friday, he made no mention of the currency issue and focused instead on trade and investment protectionism. World leaders at the APEC summit in Singapore have said it won't be possible to reach a climate change deal ahead of next month's UN conference in Copenhagen. The group was forced to drop a target to halve greenhouse gas emissions by 2050 as outlined in an earlier draft. Officials said the leaders, including Presidents Barack Obama and President Hu Jintao, now view the Copenhagen summit as a staging post and not an endpoint in the search for a global deal to cut greenhouse gas emissions. Chinese President Hu Jintao has called for formal talks on a landmark economic pact with Taiwan to start by the end of the year, after a rare meeting with a top politician from the island who met honorary chairman of Taiwan's Kuomintang party Lien in Singapore on the sidelines of the APEC summit, who appeared to give an important push to a recent thaw between the two sides, calling the improvement in ties historic. The office of Taiwan leader Ma Ying-jeou issued a statement saying that cross-strait economic issues should precede political ones. Lien was appointed by Ma as his representative to the annual meeting. 5 people have been killed and 2 others seriously injured after a man gunned down members of his girlfriend's family in Huanjiang in Guangxi. The killer broke into his girlfriend's home in Yamai village and opened fire on whoever he saw, allegedly because the family disapproved of his relationship with their daughter. 300 police officers are searching a mountain nearby for the suspect who fled the scene. The search has continued for 7 sailors who are missing after 2 ships collided close to Dacheng Island in Zhejiang province on Saturday. 9 crew members of the Mingxiaoyu 706 fishing boat fell into the water after their boat collided with the Kaim Ocean and sank, but only 2 of them were rescued. Taizhou's Maritime Affairs authorities immediately dispatched rescuers to the scene and asked nearby ships to join in the rescue efforts, but they were hampered by gale force winds and high waves. The cause of the accident is under investigation. Warplanes streaked over Beijing on Sunday as the People's Liberation Army put on an aerial show to mark the 60th anniversary of the founding of its Air Force. The PLA had originally planned to stage the aerial demonstration on November the 11th, exactly 60 years after the Air Force was founded in 1949. But the demonstration was cancelled due to bad weather and was postponed until November the 13th, when fog and snow again forced the show to reschedule. J-7 and J-10 fighters were amongst those taking part in the 21-minute display staged at Shanghai Airport in the northern suburbs of Beijing. Rolls-Royce says it has won orders to make $2 billion worth of aircraft engines to power Airbus planes for Air China and Ethiopian Airlines. The orders were announced on the first day of the Dubai Air Show on Sunday. The $1.5 billion Air China order involves providing Trent 700 engines to power 20 A330 aircraft that will be delivered starting from 2011. Now, we recently brought you news of the growing confidence of China's Christian community here on BON News, but that optimism has suffered a setback after followers of an underground church in Beijing were forced to find a new place of worship on Sunday. Worshipping in China, governed by the officially atheist Communist Party, is allowed only in state-approved churches, but millions of people belong to unregistered churches. Sunday's banishing was the latest for the Shouwang Church, one of the largest underground churches in China, with about 800 members. Members of the Beijing church told AFP on Sunday that they had never experienced such harassment from the authorities before. And that's the BON headlines for now, but we'll be back with more news after this.